One little bit of news in addition to the postponements that have gone on in the SEC so far. LSU hosting Alabama, not going to happen. Tennessee hosting Texas A&M, and the Auburn-Mississippi State game, 3 of them postponed right now. The obvious conflict for LSU is they already have a game scheduled right now on December 12th. So we'll have to see exactly how that could shake out, because both of the LSU games are against teams that could theoretically be playing in the conference championship game. In fact, right now you would make Florida a big favorite to win the SEC East and Alabama a big favorite to win the SEC West. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. But also the Masters, for those of you out there who have forgotten, and I do feel like are totally just not expecting it, the Masters tees off tomorrow. Did you guys see Jon Rahm's ridiculous hole-in-one where he bounced it off the water a couple times?
That was so sick.
That is absolutely unbelievable. At 16, if those of you who did not see that, it was incredible. One of the all-time most remarkable golf shots you've ever seen. That's common, by the way, that guys in their practice rounds at 16 will skip the ball across the water. These guys are so talented, they can intentionally skip the ball off the water, not skipping the ball off the water like you or me when we're trying to hit it over the water and we're not sure if we got enough club on it or if we mishit it, if we might get lucky and get a skip across the water. So this shot is just incredible. He skips it a couple of times, that lands on the front of the green, rolls a long way, and ends up dropping for a hole-in-one, and the crowd goes crazy. But you need to check that out if you can. But we were set up for what was going to be a really crazy Saturday, the likes of which we would never, ever see probably for the rest of our lives. We were going to have the Masters lead directly into Alabama at LSU in Baton Rouge on CBS. So CBS has the Saturday Masters. Obviously, the hours are a little bit different because Saturday and Sunday in April, there's more daylight, I believe. And look, I'm not an expert on daylight in Augusta, but I believe there is more daylight in Saturday and Sunday at Augusta in April than there is now. So they're going to have to finish a little bit earlier. And so they were going to go straight from the Masters on Saturday to LSU, Alabama for a primetime kickoff that CBS has a few times a year. They can take advantage of that schedule and put on a primetime college football game. Now they're not going to do that. So I would imagine there is a scramble to try to figure out what sporting event they could put on Saturday coming directly out of the Masters, because there will be a huge audience of people, I would imagine, who are really intrigued come tomorrow to see what the Masters in fall looks like. Because usually, for many parts of the country, many of you out there listening to us right now, depending on what part of the country you live in, the Masters is a sign that spring is back, right? Even if you're in Michigan or you're in Pennsylvania or you're in New York or South Dakota or wherever you may be listening, Montana to us, it may still be pretty cold for you in early April, and the plants and the trees and everything else may not be blooming near you, but that's happening in a big way down at the Masters in Augusta, and it's like, okay, spring is not that far away. We've made it through another winter. It's in many ways a celebration of the warm weather that's coming for many parts of the country, right? Now it's going to be kind of wacky to sit back and see the Augusta as all of the leaves are changing. I'm curious how the course might play different. It's just going to be a totally different vibe, which I think is going to be amazing. I mean, I'm pretty excited to watch the Masters in the fall. And I believe I'm correct. There's not going to be crowds present, right? So you're going to be able to see the course in a way truly that we've never seen the course in Augusta before. And I was looking forward to spending my Saturday watching a lot of the Masters. You guys know I'm a huge college football fan. I'd be watching college football games as well. But now I'm even more so going to be plugged in on the Masters because a lot of big college football games are getting postponed. But I'm curious what they're thinking at CBS because they're going to have a monster audience to lead into nothing. What do you think, Danny G?
Championship bowling with Mookie Betts. Let's go.
I mean, what would you put on? I don't know the answer. I mean, I don't know that they're going to allow another SEC football game to be moved there because there aren't that many of them that are left that are really that great, right? I mean, you've got Kentucky playing against whoever Kentucky is playing against. I can't even remember. You've got Arkansas playing Florida. And by the way, Sam Pittman, the Arkansas football coach, has tested positive for COVID, so we'll have to see what exactly is going on there. You've got Missouri playing against Georgia. So I'm just not really sure. Vanderbilt, I think, is who Kentucky is playing, by the way. Those aren't exactly great games that you're going to want to put on CBS and watch.
No offense to your Titans on Thursday, but this would have been a great spot to have a Saturday NFL game instead of Thursday.
Agree. I wonder on some level whether the NFL is getting called and whether CBS could be saying, hey, is it possible to move an NFL game to Saturday night so that we could have that come on right after the Masters?
Oh,
we
that would
have
be
a monster
so huge.
crowd.
Yeah,
it would be interesting because, again, they were really relying on that LSU-Alabama game, which I think, by the way, is not going to get played at all. If I were setting odds right now on whether LSU-Alabama is going to get played, and by the way, I think a lot of LSU fans are like, usually we live for this game. I'm fine not playing it this year because Alabama's over a 3-touchdown favorite. They would have not had any difficulty at all with LSU, I don't think. And so I think the likelihood is this game's going to get canceled.